Hello everyone, this is Draginhikari. I welcome you back to the Nexus of Realms. Before we get started real quick tonight, just a few short updates, nothing really major to speak of. Mostly just because I'm still working on trying to come up with a plan to kind of organize these updates I want to do to the stream a little bit more efficiently, because so far I've been kind of roughshotting this and making random changes, and they're not really working in the way I'm hoping they are. So there's a lot of things I'm trying to organize and figure out to kind of make an actual plan here, rather than just picking at random stuff and hoping it gets better. So still a lot of that going on. Another thing I wanted to note real quick is there weren't any clips last week. This happened because of some technical issues where some of the videos got ruined, particularly on Thursday when the audio was apparently muted the entire time and I didn't know it. So that's always fun. So I had to scrap that, and as along with that, I didn't really have very much to put up. So hopefully that will change this week, but guess tonight you work with what you got. When you only do like 8 hours worth of streams a week, there's always so much you can do about that kind of stuff, I suppose. So there's probably no point of fretting over that too much. Still, I'm trying to do what I can to avoid those type of situations in the future, but sometimes it's just hard because of my smaller audience means that I don't have as many people telling me when things are broken. And sometimes you can't tell that stuff is broken until you start editing it and realize it's all gone to crap. Worst part is that video on Thursday, I went all the way up to the point where I actually posted up on YouTube. It was actually up on YouTube for like a day and a half before I realized that the thing had no audio in it for the most part. So it's like, oh, that's always good. I posted a completely useless video on YouTube on top of everything else that week. So yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? Anyway, why don't we get started on the main event, because I already put this off for a week because of the 14 update last week. So today we venture on to a new story, a different one, a different kind than what I've done in the past, just because of the season that it is. As you guys have probably noticed from the games I particularly play, I prefer to engage in stories where people overcome difficult trials and come out as better for all that stuff. But in this particular case, it's time to tackle the other side of that, with a situation that's so impossible that there's no chance of anybody coming out for the better in it, or for that matter, being much anything at all. We're off to a realm of a different sort, one similar to your own, but far more technologically advanced. However, with the same problems that plague our own reality, where corner cutting in companies results in risky situations for a lot of people. And during one of these accidents, these shortcomings result in a situation where nobody comes out unscathed. This is the story of Mouthwashing. Now, in the past, when I've started a new game, I usually have done a little history segment to kind of give some context, because a lot of times I play a lot of older games that some people may be either too young to remember or just has a lot of stuff to it that's interesting to talk about, like in the case of like what I've done with Pokemon, things like that. But unfortunately, when I've done this conversion, one of the things that was kind of lost was my learning page, so I don't really have the setup for it right now, so we're going to do this a little bit more roughshot here. So Mouthwashing is a game that's actually gotten quite a bit of popularity on the internet, at least when it first came out. It is an indie horror game put out by the developer Wrong Organ under the publisher Critical Reflex. Critical Reflex, from what I've been able to find out about the company, because I don't really know very much about them, is that they're primarily an independent video game publisher, primarily known for primarily horror games, from what I'm understanding. Their most recent Their most recent releases include their most recent release this year was I'm Not Human, I believe, which is another one that's getting quite a bit of popularity. Don't know if I'll tackle that one in the future or not, but we're gonna pass that for now. Looks like they opened up back in 2020, so like they've only been around for about 5 years. And it basically follows the perspective of 5 crew members of the freight ship, the Tulpar, after a mysterious crash leaves them stranded in space. So that's where our story will begin for today. So let's go ahead and get ready to jump over. But before I forget, I have to do one thing for an offline thing that happened earlier this week. It's not showing up on my list. Why isn't it? That's weird. Why isn't that showing up? Oh, well, I guess we'll have to skip the effect here. This is Tango. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for being follower number 80 as we continue on to our goal to number 100 here. So I appreciate that as always. I do appreciate any time that you guys give to me. So let's go ahead and get started here. So self in my corner. It seems only appropriate to turn down the lights a little bit here. Ugh, that might be too dark. Yeah, that'll work, I think. Might as well set it up properly here. All right. I apologize. I don't have a lot of shortcuts set up for this. I'm still doing a lot of this stuff manually. But let's go ahead and get this going here. I didn't have much time to test, so I don't know how loud this is going to be, so bear with me as I figure that out. Ominous. Okay, we'll have to see here. I may need to... no, that's still a little high. Okay. I just want to make sure it's not going to overwhelm me or the stream. I don't know. We may have to do some more adjusting as we go along. Okay, so we have CR channel. Got a guy in a lot of bandages on a bed in front of a sunset. All right, let's begin. Pony Express, Long Haul State Space Freighter, Tulpar, Crew 5. Guessing Pony Express is our company. Planned ship duration 382 days. Elapsed transit time 174. So I hope this hurts. They're only about halfway through their transit time. I hope this hurts. Well, 0 days before crash. Normal body has been detected. 21 AUs ahead of the astronomical unit is ahead of the vessel. Please make a manual correction 1.4 degrees leftward to avoid impact with unknown mass. Okay. I want to steer right in this particular. Didn't it tell me to steer left? Extreme warning. Direct collision course with orbital body 1.9 astronomical units away. Engage autopilot to recorrect vessel. Advise crew to take up emergency positions. 4,000 credits docked from the crew packages pay for failure of navigation staff. What kind of process is that? Okay, I was trying to figure out the control here. It's been a while since I played a game that didn't allow me to use my controller. So, I can't let anyone in. Make emergency key. Disengage autopilot. Whoever's doing this is being very suspicious, given these are the only options we're being given here. He says rise and shine. Let's see. All he says lend a hand. All he says don't be daft. Galaxy. Rise and shine. Jeez. These look like corporate motivationals. And what the heck is that? What are these posters? I'm back where I was. Door's not opening. Yep, door's not opening. Someone's about to jump out at me, isn't it? Want me to go backwards? I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay, what is that? We crashing or something? What is with the... Wow, falling. Well, oh, just started. I'm already on edge. Holy crap. What's that intro? We ain't touching the damn cargo. The hold is locked down for a reason. The only thing worse than dying slowly is not getting paid. But it could be something useful, I think. Could be what? Hope, dreams, and Maripaz? Ah. You don't have to. Helps us survive, it's worth it. Man. Pony Express bosses aren't very chill at all, huh? Come on, a quick look won't hurt. How exactly is this group therapy committee planning getting in there? Oh, right here, boss. You're looking at the meanest wing of the regional junior baseball team. Made a bunch corked a kid once. I could take the utility axe in. You're goddamn born fully corked. That's enough, Swansea. There has to be an in-case emergency way inside. If I remember from the safety protocols, the door should have an alternative access code. But it can only be uncovered using a code scanner device. Only the captain has access to the scanner. Of course, go ahead and ask him all about it then. Maybe he'll sing you the blues, too. We don't need him if we can find the scanner, get the code, and open the hold. For better or worse, I'm captain now. I'll figure it out. Right on. Okay. It's been 2 months since the crash. Teamwork is the soul of success. When you've completed all your tasks, always check on other tasks. HR complaints about poor teamwork syndrome may result in collective punishment. Wait, collective punishment? Since when did people get... Well, this is a suspicious company. All he says, giddy up, Galaxy. Punctual deliveries is our pride and promise, no matter where you are. Late deliveries will be docked from personal credits. Yeah, I'd probably say that's going to be a bit of an issue for us at this point. Polly says, don't be daft. Proper preparation prevents accidents. It is your responsibility to keep yourself and your crew safe. Medical expenses will be docked from personal credits.
Polly says, another day in paradise. Yay!
They actually sell plushies of this guy for kids. I question the marketing choices decided there, but, okay. All he says, rise and shine. Sleep is the best rest after a long day's work. Earn that rest. Don't overdo it or fall behind. Do not indulge over 5 hours of rest. Somehow I think this space delivery company is a little bit shady. Just a thought. Papa Polly's delights for the long haul. Pony Express presents Papa Polly's delights for the long haul. Table and contents, ingredients, water, gelatin, sweetener tonic, recipe, cake, drink, meat pot, bread, spaghetti, leaves, Like, is it just me, or does this not seem like enough materials for what they're claiming you can cook here? Nutrition pouch, water, convenient, stylish, modern, pasteurized water sack, perfect for on the go while working with. Do not ingest shower or sink water. Only designated sack water is safe for consumption. That's an odd thing to say. Acquire the following ingredient from the nutrition pouch dispenser. Gelatin 4213. Enriched flavored receptacle gel. Created by indigenous kitchen artists for optimal mouth feel. Chew before swallowing. Injecting with necessary vitamins and other supplements for various biological sources. Why does that have an asterisk next to it? An asterisk on an ingredients pouch is never a good thing. Hold on 1 second. Something's bothering me here. Give me just a second. Wonder if that was going to be too dark. Maybe this works a little better. I just didn't want to overly blend into the background there. Or maybe the... Sorry, this is the first time I've used this feature, so I didn't know how much variation it creates. This seems to work for the atmosphere. Restricted item? Restricted item. Acquire the following ingredients. Nutrition pouch dispenser. Captain access only. Use code scanner to retrieve dispenser code. Direct captain access only. Sweetener to be used only for crew morale boosting activities. Celebration prohibited in case of mediocre performance. So well, we only get sweet stuff when we toe the company line, I guess. Nutrition pouches. Tonic 1324. Bitter and zesty tonic water made to spice up the bland. Contains Quintin. Drink in moderation to avoid health-related complications. Cake recipe. Pony Express standard multicultural, multi-occasional celebration cake mix recipe. It's a party in a bag. One set of ingredients provided per haul. Communal birthdays are encouraged. Delicious. Preparing cake with culturally auto mixer. Mix water and gelatin. Mix cake base with sweetener. Enjoy Pony Express standard celebration cake. Do not consume more than 2 slices. Pony Express is not liable for any personal injury or sickness resulting from failure to adhere to company guidelines. Prepare the drink with the culinary auto mixer. Mix water and tonic. Mix drink base and sweetener. Enjoy Pony Express specialty mocktail drink? Mocktail actually a thing? I don't think so. I don't know much about alcohol, but isn't it cocktail? Yeah, everything about this company reeks of cheapness and desperation. Oh, those must be the... we'd be dead without this thing. Never thought I'd be thankful for Pony Express's grub. This machine was empty even before the crash. Swansea saw to that. A board game. Like it'll be soup again for dinner. You want a rock, paper, scissors for the chicken noodles? How much food do we have left? I'd say like 4 months-ish. That's the remaining air supply, but we can make it last, in theory. We started to poke new holes in our belt pretty soon to pull that off. Man, my mom will straight up stuff me when I get back. I'll look like Swansea. We'll have a rad story to tell, though. They might even write articles about us. We could be on TV. He'll impress the ladies, too. Hell yeah. Real problem is us running out of toilet paper. Fatal stuff, man. We should leave that part out for the press. Okay. Right, time to go try to find that, guessing this foam stuff is some type of sealant for the ship after it crashed. Let's see here. Ain't you supposed to be figuring out our great cargo robbery? Why are you standing out here? None of your goddamn business. Everything is my business now because of Curly. I don't want to keep having this conversation. Right, Caponino. I'm working. Blue-collar fools can't afford to stop working even when the machine does. Go figure. Before you start, I'm taking a break. Don't you worry. I ain't going around over my break time allowance. Ha! Working on what? How does it look in there? Solid wall of foam. Trying to see if I can break it down enough to get something useful out of it. Any of my tools. But if I breach that foam and break the air seal, it's light it out for all of us. I ain't letting anybody else mess around in there. Even Daisuke, he's your intern. He's supposed to be helpful. Think I'm letting that knucklehead in here after the crash roughed it up? Our so-called nurse nearly skewered her leg while the vent hatch was open during maintenance. That was before the crash. I warned her, but it's one ear out the other. There's that teeny bopper who thinks only with his downstairs long nose. Just like my useless kids back home. But no, I ain't letting anybody in here. Right, Swansea. Keep me updated. Danger. Pony Express Protection Kit. Used only in case of emergencies. Captain access only. Code scanner required. shouldn't be messing with random stuff just yet. Okay. Our nurse should be in here. Even she could make the situation worse with her presence. Entry strictly prohibited unauthorized personnel. The captain has been equipped with a standard issue code scanner to unlock the door in case of emergencies. $517. You and that woman get on with it. I ain't waiting around all day. Oh. Let's see. We go. Doesn't want to keep still anymore. What about the painkillers? It just hurts him so much I can't stand the noise. You did make it through nursing school, right? Pony Express sure knows how to cut corners if nothing else. Oh, also, well, hoping you could help me with the captains early. Right, sorry, with Curly's medication. People have to be worth their titles. Don't you think, Nurse Ina? Yes, forget I asked. I'll take care of it. Ew, that's what's left of the former captain, huh? Mouth is closed. Hold still, yeah. I don't like this any more than you do. You know what they say. Pain is how we know we're still living. Oddly, ugh. I cannot bear to listen. Excuse me, sorry. Well, that's, unpleasant. It's a bit. Bench has been busted forever, leased corn to Swansea. Probably beyond wrecked by now. Doesn't get a signal anymore. Unfortunately, Anya and Swansea's playlist survived the crash. Don't have a whole lot of painkillers left. Do you still want to keep? Why do you think he did it? Does it matter? What answer would make you feel any better? I have to believe our worst memories don't make us monsters, Jim. I have to, even in his case. Tried to take us all down with him, Anya. The way I see it, there's two reasons to keep him alive at this point. I guess the important bit is that we all agreed to it, for one reason or another. I'm still feeling nauseous. I need a minute. Okay, so... Bear with me a second here. I just need to check something. Okay, so what that's indicating to me at the moment is that it's believed that that the captain was responsible for crashing the ship into whatever it is that we crashed into. At least that's my interpretation, though I get the feeling that it's not quite that simple either. But for now, let's focus on what we can do, I guess. Are we doing the right thing? That'd be medicine, food, or water. Apparently I'm not remembering correctly. It's 5417. Okay. Uh, 7 days before the crash. Are you listening? Yeah, damn, I'm so sorry. Couldn't sleep again. But I passed the psychic val. Well, you gave the same answers as last time. I do wish you would open a little more, Captain. These evaluations aren't just about you. As long as I'm fit to fly in your eyes, Anya. Oh, stop it. Guess that means I only have one eval left to do. Jimmy? He asks if I do these things for fun. I have to make a report with things like... I found myself sexually excited at the sight of cartoon horses. Well, I could take it off your hands. Really? I've known him for a long time. He won't try any bullshit with me. I suppose you're right, Captain. I am the captain. Thank you. What a relief. Oh, before I forget, Swansea asked me to give you this. You can't expect me to perform miracles. Oh, I relate to this in my day job a little bit too much. All right, Swansea, you got me feeling for you a little bit. Not sure what it means, but it sounds like fun. Good luck, Captain. talk to Jimmy in Swansea. Look at my future home. Husky described his experience as an intern so far as awesome, super cool, and like totally awesome, like really awesome. Should I be worried? Here for you. Clean. Standard motivational corporate stuff, it looks like. Swansea and Daisuke has been trying to fix this broken vent for days. Best to stay away. Been bringing the same playlist along for years. When it's right, it's right. Okay, got a few more minutes. I apologize. In order for me to view any of my other windows, I have to tab out, which causes the game to freeze up. But a trucker's kind of meal. Kind of fast, kind of cheap, kind of edible. Thing's been out of coffee for over a month. For the best, caffeine keeps me up anyway. Honey and Daisuke really get intense about game night. He's always insanely lucky, too. Drives her crazy. I mean, so far, the captain doesn't sound like he's that crazy. Not crazy enough to crash something into a ship, anyway. Okay, I think this is the same. Rusty food dispenser. The parts of the ship without the, without all the foam.
Polly says, Mondays are the worst, but coworkers can make it better. Yay!
I hate those things. Okay. Door to my quarters. I'm still on the clock, though. And Pony Express said they don't provide onboard entertainment. Just like there's always something broken in that room. The bar is starting to show her age. As expected, right? Shouldn't be an issue. Plus they added Daisuke last minute. Didn't account for there to be 5 of us now. Really should have made a bigger stink about that. Okay, we're going to take our first break here. We'll be right back. Oh, there's the game. I was like, where'd it go? All right. Emergency cryogenic pods. About 20 years of backup power. Well, I can see the issue. It was brought on just to make me suffer. And turn my ass. I was just trying to fix the vent. Had that trigger the emergency foam. Because you're talented in all the wrong ways. Would have dealt with this, but you could only unlock the axe case. Every goddamn thing has to go through you. I'll handle it. Hang in there, Daisuke. Seems like Swansea is teaching Daisuke the basics. He's got a long way to go. $2609. Ouch! Ooh, strong stuff, huh? Get through, you goddamn skull. That vent is strictly off limits. Fully fucking collapsed inside. Looking to get impaled, electrocuted, and cooked? Yeah, but like, you can't fit in there to fix it, right? I can totally handle, Captain. Give me the axe. Swansea. This could have damaged the pods. You can't let something like this happen again. Yeah, I got it. Loud and clear. Keep the axe until you finish cleaning this all up, yeah? Take it, Anya diagnosed you with being sane then? Just off center. That's what keeps me on my toes. I said I'd do yours. Want to hear about all those cartoon horses? Is that something you were born with, or is that a recent develop? Alright, shut up. Let's go to the cockpit. Music just slowed down again. Now this place is looking weird again. We're about to have another mind fuck here. That looked like a cockpit. What in the name of... Just fall into the void. What are these? Popping up all over the place. I can't turn around anymore. What the heck was that? Bright, whatever it was. Now what? Empty void. Oh. Hello, Jeremy. Can't you just make up something for this? Not like these evals ever go anywhere when we get back. We'll power through it. Have you been able to complete your mandated task as co-pilots effectively into your full capacity? Let's see. I'll just put good for that one. That's all of them done and done. How are things otherwise off the record? I like it. We're in control here. I don't think you'd ever take to being a freighter pilot as well as you have. With how you used to struggle back on Earth. Sure. All I ever hear is how great of a leader you are. Honestly, it's kind of annoying. So what is it? Hmm? How come it always seems like you're standing on the edge of the bridge with your feet in the cement? Lately I've been thinking. Is this enough? Should I stay here because I've been successful at it? A good long-haul freighter captain? And that's bad? That's what I'm saying, it's not. But it's terrifying. To think, am I figuring this out? Is this all I'll ever be? Or do I take the risk and try something new? Even if I'm bad at it. I guess I get it. You reach the highest rung on this ladder. Now you're thinking you might be on the wrong ladder altogether. Still a long way down from the top, no matter how you look at it. While I'm still climbing and climbing. Something like that. But hey, you know, I believe in you. Here, on Earth. Doesn't matter. Ah. You should write that one on the psychic Val. Message incoming. Oh no, it's the big guys themselves. Yes, that's my cue. I'll see you later. fake news from corporate. Oh, that was not good. That was not good. Not in the slightest. Staticky TV. That's never a troubling sign of game like this, is it?
A business operating at a steady profit can give its workers security and employee benefits. Operating at a profit, a business can provide the employee with comfortable, colorful working conditions, high wages, and steady employment, first aid and health protection, accident and life insurance, time off for vacation. The employee working for a profitable business can maintain a savings account, own his own home, and have plenty of leisure to enjoy the peace and quiet of family life. When investors receive a business operating at a steady profit can give its workers security and
The old view of how our system works in a lot of ways.
provide the employee with comfortable, colorful.
Actually, I think I remember that old cartoon from somewhere. The effect of a black hole or something.
Here, in fact, is the answer to a dream as old as man himself. A giant of limitless power at man's command. And where was it science found that giant? In the atom. A particle so infinitely small that it takes over 100 billion atoms to make up the head of a pin. Just as other millions and quadrillions of atoms are the tiny building blocks, which make up everything in the world. Ships, and shoes, and sealing wax, and cabbages and kings. Although no one has ever seen, here in fact is the answer to a dream as
That's a very interesting segue. Okay, what's this? Beat the heck out of me.
Hurry, step right up, folks. Here's the answer to your problems. Dr. Utopia's sensational new discovery, ism. Ism will cure any ailment of the body politic. It's terrific. It's tremendous. Once you swallow the contents of this bottle, you'll have the bountiful benefits of higher wages, shorter hours, and security. Enormous profits, no strikes. Remember, you're the big boss. Government control, no worry about votes, name your own salary. Bigger crops, lower cost. Why, ism even makes the weather perfect every day.
If that isn't politics in a nutshell, I don't think I know what is.
To your problems, Dr.
Ah. At this point, I don't know what I'm expecting at this point. Dragon Breath Mouthwash? Well, that explains the name, doesn't it? It's just boxes and boxes of mouthwash? This whole big, over a year long haul is for basically transporting endless boxes of mouthwash? Well, so much for this place providing any means of survival here. Can't do much with a whole ship full of mouthwash. Oh. Dragon Breath presents a revolutionary new dental hygiene product. Brand new Florida designed to kill bacteria and kill germs without leaving a bad taste. So if your local dentist hygiene specialist for any use of Dragon X mouthwash, Dragon Mouth Company is not responsible for any harm caused by the use of this product. 2 months after the crash. This is mouthwash? Unfucking believable. Gotta be an ocean of this stuff in here. This room looks freaking endless. This is what they have 5 people hauling for over a year? All of this for mouthwash? The sugar content probably offsets any potential as a disinfectant. Disinfectant, what are you? Let me see that. 14% ethanol. Ha! Ha 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 ha! Ah ha ha ha. I suppose we'll smell good at least. That's right, kitty. You bet your ass on that. What are you doing? Stop that. Oh, jeez. He's just gonna start drinking it. 14% alcohol? Oh, gosh. That's an old cougar taking care of his dental hygiene. You hear that? That's the sound of 15 years of sobriety popping up like a crisp. The glorious, magnificent, red-hot Chris. Good riddance and cheers. The Captain Curly, here. Guess anyone could say blasted off of this stuff. Yeah, and get you killed in the process. This can't be real. There's no way. Now we can go out in style. Daisuke, come here. Anyone teach you how to drink like a man? Uh, 6 days before the crash. Break the news. After all these years, just like that. Okay, it's not letting me see anything, but... Surprise. Surprise, look at your face. Gotcha. Cheers. Wow. What is the occasion? You only get one communal birthday party through trip, right? So we decided to have it whenever. Only one person can be surprised birthday per trip, so we did Swanson last haul, remember? No way, I can believe I missed that. You're next on the list, so congratulations. Hate to say it, though, your duties have been extended to your own birthday party. You're the only one with the clearance to make the cake. The recipe is there by the machine. Hop to it, Captain. I'm making a cake. Okay. I think you need to use the code scanner. They're really getting a lot of mileage out of that thing, huh? You know how it is. Pony Express being either cheap or lazy. Usually both, no. Gotta use the Pony Express provided cake recipe. At least make it correctly. You should be able to find the ingredients and recipe in the kitchen. Once someone likes that cake, don't tell anyone. Sorry for jumping you. This whole thing is corny. But you know, it's kind of a tradition now. I dare say I almost look forward to it. Nothing. Yeah, no, I agree. Could you sneak an extra pat of sweetener in there? Just kidding. Maybe, nah, totally kidding. Less. Okay, so cake. Oh, okay. 3142 4213. I forgot already. 4213. Three, 4, 1. Mix water and gelatin. Base and sweetener. gotta make a speech. Can't argue with that. Speech. Go on. Hey, what's wrong? That's all it said on the report from management. We will receive a paycheck for this delivery. I don't know any more than that. Pony Express finally kicking the bucket, huh? What a joke, and we're the punchline. I don't have any savings. I just can't do this right. Pony Express was one of the last man crew freight companies. Writing's been on the wall for a long time. When did they tell you? Earlier this week. I was instructed to wait we were closer to the haul destination. But I cannot keep seeing something like this from you all. I guess you got what you wanted. Without the guilt, Jim. If I had known. I can go back to my, how would you put it, struggle of a life. And he never got into medical school because, well, let's be real. How many employment years Swansea got left in him? Husky will be fine. Mommy and Daddy will have him covered, so there's that at least. But you, heading for bigger and better, right? I'm just working my life being in a place I don't have to fucking escape. That's what I was trying to tell you, nothing more. We're the ones you're trying to escape. Leave the dirt now, and now that your boots are clean. That's not what I meant. It's what you meant. You just couldn't frame yourself in a way to keep you as the hero. Abandoning the crew, but remain the model captain. Well, this is not good. Unbelievable. What am I supposed to do? Have some fucking cake, Props to the Twilight crews of the Tuplar. Props to our captain and his new prospects. Why is this so unsettling? Three months after the crash? Been an entire month since the last time we were doing this? Still asleep. Check on Curly. So we've jumped a month after we found out about that the ship has nothing but mouthwash in it. I don't know, he's been given his medicine yet. Once these are out, we'll have nothing to keep him quiet. Guy's writhing in pain. Watson's been digging in the mouthwash, apparently. Just need to check something real quick. Alright, where's Anya at? I'm gonna have drifted too far. Well, that's a disturbing sound, isn't it? No, I understand completely. That's how it has to be. Oh, it's you. Jimmy not able to sleep either? It's nighttime. Why are you talking this late? Anya, are you crying? No, don't worry, I'm okay. You all need to keep it together. Well, I'm keeping it together. Don't you worry, Captain. Making noises again. Did you give him his meds before, Anya? No, must have slipped my mind. I'm sorry, I'll do it. No, really, I'm perfectly okay. I said I'll do it. I wonder if they even noticed we're missing back at headquarters. It'd take a rescue ship so long to get out here. Might be another freight they could be diverted to try to find us. Not inconceivable. I suppose you're right. You're getting a lot of use out of that right now. Force a habit. Don't overthink it. I don't know, they seem to be up to something. I just am not sure what. Terrible sound. I know what everyone is thinking, the way they look at me. What could I even say? And then, what would she do? Damn it. Here we are, me in the driver's seat. Thanks for that. Open up. Hope these make you feel fucking better. Sensing a lot of animosity here. Ugh. Ugh. This is really unpleasant. This guy is in such bad condition. The fact that they're even keeping him alive at all is concerning him of itself here. Well, that's, concern. A little bit concerning. We should have some. Why, it's mediocre at best, obviously. Sometimes you can only get subpar stuff. What makes it really good stuff? Well, good, right? Why bother? Hey, we all tried to escape. Didn't work for any of us. Been through it many times. Is this what peace feels like? And is it good enough? If I'm being real, it certainly isn't the best. All I can do is try to make my life one where I'm not running from all the time. Sometimes I'll be promoted, buy a house, fall in love. But other times I'll just have some awful fucking cake with my friend. Right now that sounds perfectly brilliant, yeah? And if you'll do the honors, right? Well, let me go find a knife. More of that mouthwash. Those are the mouthwash bottles? Beast. Ah. Barely see anything. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? And why are you on the table? Oh god. We're not about to do what I think we are. Four months after the crash? Another month has gone by. Ugh. How many have you had? Those will kill you before anything else. I know. Mom found this internship for me. Such a slacker, she says. I don't know. I just never knew what I wanted to be. Was never good at anything. Whole screw up. We're not done yet, Daisuke. I just hope she doesn't blame herself. Please just take it. I don't want to look at this stuff anymore. Want to be alone if that's okay. Sorry. buy it. Especially if after 4 months there wouldn't be any of it left. There's the big man himself, Jimbo. Listen, listen, listen. This is the best part. Oh, hey, oh. You're a mess, Swanson. They'll be all sad motherfuckers of the tube bar in the skies of diamonds. Got Jimmy pulling the plug on the party before the last call. Yeah, he's completely losing his mind. What was that? Couldn't quite hear you, pal. Anya. Oh, you startled me. Sorry. No worries. Thinking about drinking that too? Honestly, yeah. Probably just makes me feel sick. Wouldn't fix anything. As much as I'd like it to. Right. And I was thinking, you know that not all the mess in the board was in my office? We stored some in a storage locker in the hallway. Why haven't you brought this up earlier? It was foamed up. I didn't think it was possible to reach it. But I've estimated the position of the foam. I think the medicine locker isn't too deep into the mass of it. We could try to break it down. One strike too many on the weak spot. We all get sucked into space. I think it's worth the risk. Nothing else, it's an excuse to get Swanson to hand over the axe. Jimbo! El Capitino, the man with the plan. You've done? I need that. Oh, this old thing? Was entrusted to me by our previously tragically inclined leader. Big responsibility. But you know all about that, huh? I'm gonna try to get some more painkillers. Do something useful, you know. Oh, I heard all about it. You're looking to pull the plug on this party early. I'm trying to save us. Big matters in your hands, eh? Be my guest. Think I already feel the ship rumbling, tumbling through space again. Ha! Back to the future. Okay, now that we've gotten the axe away from the crazy guy, let's go ahead and, what we can do about this medicine cabinet situation. Actually, I don't know where this spot's at. The foam, see the foam by the hallway to medical? You can kind of see the locker there. Oh, okay, I see it. Oh. Oh, wow, Jim. You did it. It actually wasn't that hard once I figured it out. Amazing, really. Sure. I hate to ask you again, but could you give Curly his painkillers? Still, this makes me so nauseous. You're not serious. Look. I've entertained your sentimentality up until now, but I'm trying to actually fix things, Anya. Take responsibility. What was that about? I'm getting us through this. It's find the code scanner. And figure out the door code. Get the axe. Chop up the foam, but not too much. And best of all, give Curly his fucking medicine. I'm bearing it, I have to, because the captain has to take fucking responsibility on this goddamn ship. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'll make sure Daisuke doesn't choke on his own vomit. No, I'll take care of it, Anya. I always do. Somehow I don't think this guy's cut out for leadership. I gotta get this feeling. I don't think I understood the pressure you were under before. Fucking you tried to tell me. Our worst moments will make us monsters, huh? You're a good captain, Curly, and you'll become one again. I'll get us both through this. I don't know what you expect to do about him exactly, but... ...6 hours until judgment? Okay, 1 second here. Alright. Jimmy, get the fuck out here. You can't hide. Gonna chop you up into 24 fucking pieces. Holy crap. Two days before the crash. You doing okay? Yeah, I can't sleep. I know how it is. I just toss and turn or stare at the ceiling all night. I actually kind of like the nighttime window screen. You can believe it. I just come to look at it sometimes. If you look really, really close, you can see that there's a dead pixel in the upper right-hand corner. That's so. Nope, don't see it. In the back of my mind, it's always there. Now I'll go bonkers looking for it. Cheers. I don't think it'll ruin the illusion, though. It's peaceful. Maybe I'm just used to looking at the bigger picture. How many days of transport do we have left? Let's see. Based off the top of my head, around 237 days, just under 8 months. Hey, what do you think of the Pony Express putting a lock on the medical door, but not on the sleeping quarters? I suppose for the same reason they put a lock on the cockpit. Safety. Five months after the crash. Matters just kind of keep getting worse here. Alright. I think we're going to go ahead and take our next break here, and we'll be right back. Alright. Let's keep going here. Heard this isn't a very long game, so... Give me help! Jimmy, it's a total emergency. Calm down. What is it? Anya is stuck in medical. The door won't open. What if she runs out of something? Right. Go have a look. Anya, I brought Jimmy. We're here to rescue you. Don't worry. Don't panic. Hey, I heard the lock broke. Hey, Anya, can you hear me? I can hear you, Jimmy. The rest of our medicine is stashed in there, too. Damn, this could be bad. You try to really put your back into it? Any wrenches laying around? How heavy is the medical kit? Anya, is the door stuck? No. Huh? What do you mean? Look, we're all stressed, but you can't go breaking down every little hardship. Open the damn door. You were right. You were right all along. I should have done this from the beginning. Always believed that our worst memories didn't define us. That didn't make us beyond repair. You think I wanted this either? Make no mistake, this isn't my worst moment. Far from it. The best decision I'll ever make. Open the door. I'll take care of it. Anya! What does that even mean? Girl, you're still in there with her, right? You don't think. Sasuke. You and Swans always know the internals of the ship better than anyone. Is there absolutely no other way into the medical? Well... Swanson said it was strictly off limits. Like super mega not allowed above all else. The utility room. A busted vent in there loops into medical, but I mean technically a person could totally fit through it. That's the only way we'll make it work. You listening, Anya? Fine. Come on, Dasuke. Go to utility. Blonsky, we need your help. I know you said utility was dangerous, but I'm good right here, fellas. You know I'm not letting you in there. Off limits. Look, if there's any possibility, Jimbo, letting you scratch that foam wall would be useless. You'd only tear this goddamn ship a new asshole. Nothing to be done about it. Bad luck. Tails missed the donkey. Blonsky, this could be really bad. Just hear us out. We're God's hand-picked favorites on this here planet, I reckon. Means we gotta name it. Let's hear it from the Wake Rock. Whatever's going on elsewhere ain't my problem. I'm the happiest man Wake Rock has ever seen. Let's just go Daisuke. There's no point with him. Eight hours until judgment. Don't do anything. Stop, stop, stop. I can fix this. Why do you keep fucking saying that? Are you hearing yourself? Ugh. I'm so sorry. We still have the disinfectant, right? The one from the extra medical stash? Get to it now. Cocktail, you. The cocktail? What are you blathering about? That was your fault. If you would have never... I had no choice. You useless, you goddamn fucking idiot! There has to be something else! Well, that isn't good. Let's see, we need to find something. Take responsibility. But take responsibility for what exactly? Raves. Where did it go? Huh? Oh. Well, descending downward with a blood trail on the ground is not really a good sign, is it? Not even remotely. Again. What are you trying to tell me, game? be quiet. A blind beast, aim, and restless. You can't run from it. Okay, I got attacked by something, but I think it's probably telling me to just follow the footprints and not drift too far off path. No, I think I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for the offer, though. Ah. Being guided by a giant horse head. Well. Let's see. Okay. That's what that passage meant. Okay, and that was the path I got stuck on before there. Pardon me for just a second. Got to take care of a bit of business here. Got a bot to get rid of. All right, you're gone. All right. Now that that's been settled. Okay, there we go. go that way. Oh, jeez. Little by little, little by little. Okay. Big responsibility. Don't try to talk. kill him? 5 months after the crash. I think the vent to the utility connects to medical. You heard what he said going in there now. It's too unstable. Trying to break the foam could risk the air seal. I just don't want to fuck up again like I did before. Heard Anya, I wouldn't put it past her to do something extreme right now. You and me, Daisuke, we can save Curly, yeah? Swansea won't help, so we'll have to figure it out ourselves. Right, alright, yeah. We've got this. But even before the foam, how do we get the door to the utility open? Watson's been practically camming in front of the doorway and he has the key. I have an idea. You're going to have to trust me. We need to knock him out. You're going to fight him? No. Even he has his limits when it comes to booze. We make him pass out. Simple, safe, and he may not even realize we did anything after the fact. There's a recipe for a mocktail in the kitchen. We can follow the steps, but use different ingredients to add kick to it. Come on. Okay, now that we've escaped whatever the heck that was, we can get back to... Okay, I see now. This... Oh boy, this seems like it's a little risky. I like where this is going. Okay. All right. Give him his toxic cocktail thing. Of years of experience, but that's just me, Captain. We're out of sweetener. Any ideas? I might have accidentally at some point mistakenly misplaced a few packets before by accident. Right. You could take a look around my stuff. It could be somewhere around there. But also totally somewhere else. Who knows? Anything is possible. The crash jumbled everything up. Okay, I see now. Okay, now we're gonna mix the drink with the sweetener, I guess. Drink looks sick. I could totally picture myself on a beach with a hot babe and a few of those. I think too many of them and throw up all over myself and I'd never be able to drink them again. Ah, good times. Let's just get this to Swanson. You good? Huh? Oh yeah. I'm all good, man. Heh. The fuck is that? Look, we need to keep working together. This is how I can get us through this without us speaking each other's necks all the time then. Yeah, give it here. And a freestyle the recipe. Yeah, I can tell you how to hand this monstrosity, kid. You ain't no mixologist. There ain't hell no mechanic either. Never should have come here. Who the fuck even decided to let you board, huh? Thick idiot with a bunch of sad sack adults to see what he learns, eh? Bootstraps and all that, what a load of horse shit. Think it's all going somewhere, but every failure leaves you a little more mangled than before. Older, uglier, meaner, smarter in the worst ways. Following doesn't suit you, Swanson. Suppose you think we should all be acting like you? A hard-working, esteemed captain. I say take a load off before the sun finally sets on this party. May never go to hell, but we'll always be on our way. Is he still breathing? He practically bounced off the ground. He'll be fine. His tolerance has to be through the roof by now. Probably just wake up with a massive headache. Oh man, he's gonna be so mad. I'll never get a good reference now. Ah, you have bigger problems than that, buddy. Captain, you sure about this? Maybe we could talk with Swanson when he's cleared up a bit later. He's just like really into workplace safety and stuff, you know. Just like totally cool and stuff, I think. He taught me time to be brave, Daisuke. Early and Anna are counting on us. Wait. Whoa, it's like barely foamed up at all. Hey, it's one of those things. I've never been inside one. What are they called again? Cryostasis pods. Oh yeah, these things are far out. Totally sci-fi. It looks like one still works. How long do these things even keep you frozen? 20 fucking years. Can't believe Swanson managed to clear all the foam from here. He didn't. What? Think about it. Swanson never let you work with him on breaking the utility room foam wall, right? No need to be handled delicately. That I had way too much athletic strength in my arms. I would have just torn right through the foam like I was... Damn, makes total sense. Bummer. I've been in charge of the kitchen instead. That's the next level critical to keep stock and organized every day. He had me double, triple, or triple check everything all the time. Right, of course, he never told you he got in here. No, but look how busy he must have been. There was never any foam here. And Swanson's know the whole damn time. Just taking a load off before the sun finally sets on this party, huh? That boozed up bastard has been buying up his time so he can save himself. Would getting in the pod really mean you get rescued? 20 years more chance to be found. I take those odds over the current situation. Not like this, though. Not by lying through my teeth and waiting for everybody else to die. No, man, that just can't be right. I'm sure there's a reason. I'll ask him about it when he wakes up. We'll deal with him after. Right now, we have a job to finish. The vent looks like it's still in one piece. Whoa, check out those sparks. I hate to imagine how gnarly it looks on the inside. Could be somewhere collapsed in places. You could make it through. We need to try it. Swanson says it's not safe. I know he forgot to tell us about the pod, but he knows like everything else about this kind of stuff. Maybe we should just wait for him to wake up. You said you could handle it. Swanson taught you well, right? It's time to prove it. He'll be impressed when he wakes up, proud. He'll understand why we had to do this. He can explain it himself. You think so? Daisuke. Everyone's counting on you. Captain's orders. Yeah, I got this. Okay, here we go. This sounds like a terrible mistake. Oh boy, I knew it. What did you do? One day before the crash. Find the gun? Where the heck is this going? Still broken. She couldn't have hidden it there. Check there.
Polly says, are you working hard? Or hard you working?
I don't think it's in this room. For fuck's sake, where is it? Us being let go isn't a reason for you to hurt yourself. Anya. As our nurse, you never got psychic evaluations. I should have thought of that. You could have come to me if you were feeling stressed. What would you have done? Anything. Anything. You, the crew, are my responsibility. I told you over and over, yeah? I'm not going to hurt myself. You know the gun is in a safety case I can't open. But I hid the case itself. Tell me where it is. None of this has to be on our performance log. We can figure it out together. I'm pregnant. You're what? Who would you... Captain, I told you. Listen to me. We can fix this. I've known him for a long time and all. Ew. 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 Okay, I know you never give me the gun to protect myself, so the least I can do is make sure he never gets it either. Did Jimmy? Oh, dear Lord. Six hours until judgment. The bleeding won't stop. Just try to stay still, Daisuke. I need a second to think. We can fix this. Hey, kid, you hear me? Daisuke? Hey, stop, stop, stop. Don't move. It's alright, Daisuke. Calm down. This is the line of work. You could never become miserable old Swansea. What a tragedy. Decades of hauling ass for Pony Express. Big mighty bruiser full of shiny tools. This is where it got me. The good life, huh? I thought you were dumber than a can of paint. Always chewing my ear off about nothing. Useless ray of goddamn sunshine. Not a student, a career workhorse, or a force of ambition. Just a damn good kid trying to do his best. You could have taught an old fool like me a lot. Close your eyes, Daisuke. Oh. Oh. That isn't good. You monster. I could have fixed him, Swansea. I have to do everything myself. Why can't you just give me some time to fucking think? How do you still not understand? It's over. End of the fucking line. You won't suffer one more second because of your delusions. Unbelievable. Stop pretending. I know all about your plan, Swansea. I went to utility. I saw what you've been hiding down there. Sneaking around with that axe, telling Anna who knows what, now this. You're making sure you're the one who gets inside that cryopod. Ah. I sure did talk to Anya. But it was her telling me all sorts of things instead, wasn't it? Gonna Captain go down with his ship? Not that that matters anymore. I ain't got no place to be. Everything I ever could have wanted was right here on the ship. Go ahead and get that pod. You ever get found, you can tell them whatever fucking story you like. You've earned it. Get the gun. Committed suicide by using the medications and the like. Ugh. Get his blood anymore. Oh. Well, sorry, I just knocked my Steam Deck off my desk. Bear with me here. I need another code in order to get access to that box. Remember something in the cockpit. There was one scannable bar that I don't think I ever looked at. Seven 739. Okay. Okay, I can't go that direction anymore. Days before the crash. I told him, Anna, you should have waited for me. What did he say? Nothing that made any difference. Did he seem angry? Where did he go? He just walked away. Really, I don't want him in here anymore. Hold on, fuck. Just wait, I need to find him. Everything's gonna be okay. To reveal the truth of what actually happened this day, aren't we? Jim, I can fix this. What do you think will happen when we get back? We can figure all this out, you and me. All I ever hear is how great of a leader you are. God, it's so annoying. But now, what do you think will happen now when we get back? We'll fix this together. Everything you and I worked for in our lives, accomplishments, changes, none of it will matter. You've gotten through difficult situations before. This time won't go any different. Work through it one day at a time. Not just me, is it? You were supposed to be the one who had everything under control. You said so yourself. This ship, this crew, everything that happens here. This was your responsibility, Captain. That's what you'll be hearing for the rest of your life. Or this can all be remembered as a tragedy, despite what must have been the best efforts of its acclaimed captain. The Topar crew was never found. No one survived to tell the tale. And you're still standing at the top. Feet in cement. I get it now. Right. Right. First time I think we've seen Curly. Take care of it. I'll take care of it. Was Curly the one who... Jim, tell me you didn't. I should have. I didn't. What the fuck did you do? Okay, so Jimmy set up the crash course. Curly tried to stop him, stop the situation, but it was too late. Oh, dear Lord. Oh boy, we're hallucinating corpses now. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Captain. This rocks. Here, here. To Captain Jimbo. Come on, you have to give a speech. Go on, have at it. You better make it good. Hell yeah. Our captain, Captain Jimmy. Are we really doing this? Oh god, we are doing this, aren't we? A lot of people put food on, struggle to put food on their plate, but that wasn't enough, right, Captain? The lowest rung of your ladder is our highest, until it was all swept from under your feet. Life isn't even worth living at the same level as us. But I forgive you, all of us do. I won't give up on you, even like this. I believe in you. We are going to make it through this. Sometimes we thrive traveling the endless reaches of space, but other times we just have to accept days like this. You taught me that, Curly. Let's eat. Let's survive. Take responsibility. Sorry, just checking something real quick here. Uh, Seems like a lot bigger ventilation shaft than we were originally looking at, so... Turning back now. Not turning away, technically, so... Walk backwards away from the light, I guess. Responsibility. Well, this is something. A lot of axes. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Now what? Let's see. I have a feeling this is going to cause me a little bit of trouble here. This is really going to aggravate me. I am not good at first-person games. Okay, there we go. I have something to say. So shut the fuck up and listen. I spent 13 and a half cuts up. Spent 13 years half cut up to my eyeballs. Drunk, to put it mildly. Then suddenly I saw it, a street light shining in my face. 50 gigawatts of the power of God. A vision of my bloated body found in some ditch. Scared me straight. I got a collared shirt, a mortgage, and a credit card. All things that make a good man. I hoped I could raise my children to be better than their old man. I wanted to believe I was never one setback away from my worst self. But the truth is, discipline, drive, routine. Then let fucking desperation to get shit done. A loving wife, great kids, sobriety. I'm telling you. Accomplishments I've been chasing all my life. Never felt as good as I expected when I crossed the finish line. Now that we're at the end, taking inventory. Those nights spinning out of my head, sinking into the sofa. Broken glasses in my palm, bleeding dry, the funniest thing ever. Old dogs laughing and snarling on the waterbed floor, mocking the moon for daring to show its face. All the nausea and wreckage and the vomit and the ugly cruelty. The only problem in the world is an empty bottle. Those were the best days of my life. Yeah. Those were the best days of my life. I had nothing to hide. Ready to face the music. I can see myself for what I am. But you, a cowardly, selfish motherfucker, and you can't even see it. I should have been able to protect the kid. I could have done one thing right. I wish it would have been to give him one small chance to get off this goddamn rock. Once, and I'm gonna fix everything. We're going to make it. Fuck you. Take responsibility. Yep, so we murdered Swanson ourselves with that gun. Probably after we tied him up with the rope. Everyone's gone. It's just us and Curly now. Yep, now barely represents what it originally started as anymore. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? Okay, moving on. I'm gonna ignore that. What are you looking at? Fleshy. Just keeps getting more and more bizarre.
Tis old Mother Goose's birthday. We're giving her a party. A party, a party, a party for Mother Goose.
The baker man, he served the cake. It was a sight to see.
Ah. What is this? Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, I think that's enough of that. What is this? Oh, wait, I think I remember seeing this. This is some kind of puzzle thing. Are we seriously about to feed this guy his own leg? Is that really what we're doing here? Fine, let's just get it over with. Guess we need to direct the passages around, I think. don't entirely understand this puzzle, so all I can really do is just keep messing with it. I think this one to the right needs to be... Okay. Now we're controlling our character from a third-person perspective here. I want to go home. We are home. Why don't you finish what you started? Don't worry, if anybody ever finds us, I'll still be playing the villain. You'll be the better man in the end, just like you wanted. Could have stopped it. I'm taking responsibility. No, we both can't. No, we can both be heroes. We're a team, you and me, just like we used to be. What happened was an accident. We were trapped. I made a mistake, alright. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry, Curly. Take responsibility. What in the name of... Heck? All clean. I think that's extreme. I hope it hurts. Really gets rid of that bad taste in your mouth, huh? I hope it hurts. Through wreckage, I hope it hurts. Through silence, I hope this hurts. Wash it away. Hope this hurts. All day fire fresh. Hope this hurts. Crazy imagery we got going. Holy the employee IDs of all the people. Mouthwash again. Mouthwash. Pony Express is dead. So are you. Sorry. Shut up. Well, he tried his best. I did too, but he's the better man. I see that now. We can both still make it. I'm taking care of him. I'm taking responsibility. Curly. Captain. I'm so sorry. Yes. Yes, I do. I fucked up. I can still make this right. Our worst moments did not make us. home. Wait, are we going to do... Put him in the pod? It's okay, Curly. You're going to be okay. You always end my back. I end up hurting you even though I was trying to save us. But now you'll survive. It's like you said, together we can fix anything. I'm just proud I got to be your friend and co-pilot, Captain. No one can hurt you now. We fixed it. I fixed. Well, that was mouthwashing. Bear with me for a second. I'm trying to pull my thoughts together here before I start talking. Okay, so that was mouthwashing. So, before I actually speak on the game itself, I'm going to try to see if I can piece together what I believe is going on, or at least what I'm able to process from what I just saw here, since if you didn't notice, I spent a lot of time just kind of being perplexed by everything around me, but we're going to try our best here. So, this ship, the Tulpar, was basically part of a long-range delivery service throughout the universe through flights that could take up over a year to reach a certain location. So it was just basically a shipping company. This ship had 5 crew members. Now, it appears that despite the differences between the crew members, they were more just a bunch of disgruntled co-workers more than anything else. They didn't like each other all that much, but they got along well enough to do what they were sort of paid to do, more or less. Then what ended up happening is a number of things. So Curly and Jimmy apparently knew each other on Earth. It sounds like Jimmy's always had kind of a troubled life of some kind. And this job was basically a way of kind of avoiding further trouble or whatever, and began to work with Curly on this ship. Then everything kind of changed, because basically what we're observing here is that the Pony Express company as a whole was a failing organization that was constantly cutting corners and having people do unsafe and being really restrictive on what they provide, and et cetera, et cetera. And then it was discovered that the Pony Express company was actually going bankrupt, going out of business. And this started putting additional stress on the entire crew. We had Daisuke, the intern, who was sent here because he basically had no path in life, and he was forced into this situation to try to give himself a path in life. Swanson is an old-time family man with a dark past and a number of issues, who became even more disgruntled and even more basically turning the entire stock of available material into booze and drinking himself crazy. Anna, who was already suffering a number of issues, was concerned about her future. And then things continued to descend from there. What it sounds like is that Jimmy either sexually assaulted Anna, or it doesn't sound like it was consensual, but it's really hard to tell with the way they were wording everything, but I'm guessing it was not intended. And Curly tried to talk Jimmy down a little bit from the whole situation, but in his moment of anger and frustration, Jimmy took it out, fearing the consequences of what he had done, basically set the ship on a crash course for a comet or meteor or something, whatever they ran into. Curly attempted to reverse this before it could destroy everything, but unfortunately it was too late and the crash was imminent. And Curly got extremely maimed and should have died at that point, basically being severely burned and severely injured. For some reason, though, the crew decided to keep him alive, while at the same time taking the blame for the entire situation. Jimmy, still afraid of his consequences, took the position of captain, tried to lead the crew as it was now. But it turns out, despite all of his animosity towards Curly's skills, it turns out Jimmy was not very good at it. And the situation continued to spiral out of control. Anya, who is pregnant, they're trapped on a ship. There seems to be no way out and no future for her. Ends up committing suicide by taking the pain pills. In order to try to prevent that from happening, we sent Daisuke up through the ventilation system, which got him severely injured, which resulted in Swansky going crazy and killing the boy before chasing after Jimmy, who shot Swanson with a gun. And then the final part of the game has us taking Curly to the pod, which would keep him alive for another 20 years. Now, the big question of all this is, did Jimmy actually take responsibility for the things he had done? I would say no. In the end, he was still running away from the consequences of his actions. Here's the thing with the situation with Curly. Keeping him alive was already a strange decision as it was, because it was very clear from looking at the guy, and the fact they were stuffing him full of pain pills suggests that he was not really going to survive long term like that. He couldn't move, he couldn't react. They literally had to open his mouth for him and shove the pills down his throat. It was very obvious that he was not going to survive in any form. So what was the point of putting him in the pod? And in fact, what was the point of keeping him alive in the first place? Well, from what I can observe, it seems like it was more of a reaction of the crew because they were blaming him for what happened. Curly basically took on all the responsibility for the accident as the captain of the ship. And because Jimmy never confessed to anybody of his part in the crash, Curly got all the blame for it. So it feels like all these people were keeping him alive for no other reason than to continue to keep him suffering as a punishment for what he, quote-unquote, had done. But in reality, it was not something he did. The only mistake that Curly made, as far as I can tell, was letting Jimmy run around and do whatever the frig he was doing and trying to continue to help him despite the fact that Jimmy was a walking disaster area. So, in the end, I mean, here's the thing. That pod will only last for 20 years. So, if he is not found, and even if he is found, what chances of any normal life would he ever have again? He's either going to unfreeze from the pod and die from his injuries that he already had, or whoever finds him is not probably going to be able to do much for him. So what was the point of sealing him away? Well, to relieve Jimmy of any guilt that he had over the situation by believing he was taking responsibility, despite the fact that everything that happened was his fault. That everything that he did led to this whole situation happening. And in his mind, by saving Curly, supposedly, quote-unquote, that he was relieving himself of that responsibility before he shot himself in the head, from what it sounded like. So in the end, what do I take from this story? There's a few things going on here with this. I mean, a lot of their conversations the characters are having have the same feeling, a more extreme version of the type of mindset that I oftentimes see in the corporate world when I'm working my real life job. The endless slogans that we see from Pony Express throughout the game, all of the limitations and the rules and the hierarchies and everything else that goes into that type of system. Now, in the real world, this type of business structure is kind of I can't really compare it to my workplace because I'm more of a traditional office job as I work technical support for a place. So a system like this doesn't exist, but it still exists to some degree. A lot of my meetings are oftentimes filled with company slogans and technical corporate jargon and a lot of other stuff to try to make it feel like things are more important than they actually are. And then no matter how much effort you put into a place like that, you're still as expendable as you always are. The moment that the company started falling apart, everybody's future was put into risk, resulting in a lot of extreme behavior, which is not an uncommon thing in the real world when mass layoffs and company closures and things like that occur there too. And it also kind of points to the fact that everybody has their problems and issues, and not addressing those issues in a healthy way can be disastrous. It simply can. It's one of those things where the weight of the world can be crushing down on you, and if you don't find a way to address it, and you just keep letting it build, you keep ignoring it, it's eventually going to collapse in on top of you. And in the end, Jimmy tried to fix everything by trying to do what Curly was doing before. But he was just not good at it. He was not good with people. He did not know how to communicate. He did not know how to delegate. He pushed people into weird situations that couldn't be really addressed very effectively. And then spent most of the game blaming Curly for his quote-unquote top-of-the-line situation. It's kind of a common thing when you have that friend or that person you know that always seems to be on top of everything and you're not. And it kind of developed a lot of animosity. So that's kind of what I see has happened. And in the end, nobody came out of this unscathed. Everybody was a terrible person. Everybody's more or less dead. Curly is the only one that survives for now. But without any guarantee rescue plan or the idea that anybody's ever going to find the ship again, he might as well be dead along with the rest of them. So now that I've kind of thrown my theory out there and given my thoughts on that, let's talk about the game itself. So I will say this was one of the most bizarre horror games I've ever played. And this is coming from somebody who's watched a lot of analog horror and played some more like meta commentary type analog horrors like the Daniel Mullen games like Pony Island, Inscription, things of that nature. It is very surreal. It's also very, very gross at certain points. And now I don't like visceral horror. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I guess explicit horror is probably the better term for it. My ability to take disgusting things is pretty low to begin with. And once I'm disgusted enough, I stop being scared and the entire thing just becomes unpleasant. So I tend to veer towards more mental or implied horror over the explicit stuff. Like, I can't watch a lot of slasher movies or, I guess, I don't know what you call the genre, but torture porn or whatever you want to call it. So this was a very interesting, because this one kind of fell down the middle between the two. It was extremely, there was a lot of implication being provided, but there were also very much moments of very disturbing imagery on top of it. But I will say, despite the disgusting imagery, and normally I don't care much for that kind of thing, it never got so bad that I wanted to stop. And that's an interesting feat in that they did a great job, I feel like, putting the story together and laying enough lay work into what's going on without downright explaining absolutely everything. And the graphic style, though primitive in a lot of ways, it has a lot of like PS1 style graphics too. I think it works well for this type of game where the fidelity, I think that's also what makes the disgusting stuff a little easier for me to manage, just because sorry, this is actually being inserted after the stream. It appears my stream crashed for the last 2 minutes of it, so I got cut off in the middle of my discussion, I guess. So I'm not gonna try to repeat the whole thing, but I will at least give my final thoughts on the game itself in terms of my final verdict, I guess. What I was basically saying before I got cut off is that I think the graphic style made the disgusting aspects of the game easier for me to manage, despite the fact I don't normally like that kind of thing. But what I will say, in all, I do recommend this game. I really did enjoy it. With that being said, thank you for joining me as always, and we'll see you next time. Hello everyone, this is Draginhikari. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to be notified of future videos. If you have any suggestions on what you would like to see from me, feel free to comment below. Also, check out the links in the description of the video to find me on various other platforms. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.